it really is very much like an oasis in the middle of the jungle. We are heading to 3 Tulum cenotes, starting with 2 open air ones which are perfect for snorkelling and ending with one inside a cave. We've done a ton of research, so hopefully these cenotes will be some of the least crowded in the Tulum area, but we'll let you know. Also, Izzy's already started cycling off, so I need to catch her up.
So we've arrived at the Cenote Cristal and Escondido, and we read online that they try and charge you quite a lot more than you pay for the entrance fee if you bring a camera in. So we're going to put our camera away and try and be discreet.
If you're wondering how to get here from central Tulum, it's about a 15-minute bicycle ride. It is along a main road, as you can probably hear in the background, so do make sure you're careful.
Let's go swimming in the cenote. Cenote. Cenote.
We think that's how you pronounce it. We've got our tickets. The 300 pesos entry fee gives you access to both of the cenotes, as well as the toilets and the showers.
You can pay 150 pesos and just visit one of the cenotes, but we wanted to visit both to do a bit of a comparison between them. First impressions of here is that it's really green and secluded. There's barely anyone here, and I can't wait to get in the water.
There are loads of benches right by the water, so we've grabbed one, and there's also a hammock.
As well as a rope swing, there's also a diving platform, so we're going to jump off.
And Izzy's going first.
Wait, what?
Yeah, off you go.
No! So Dale has promised me that if I go first, he'll buy me tacos. That looks really high from up here. Ah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. We've been swimming for a bit, so now we're going to stop and have some lunch.
This side is so much lower than yours.
I'm just taller.
How tightly did I do it with this bag?
We can't open the bag, we might not be having lunch.
I'm working for my food.
Oh, this hammock is less comfy than I thought it was going to be, actually. I've just overheard some people talking about the cenotes, and they've said that over the years they've been to literally every single one in the Tulum area, and they were all saying that this one is by far the quietest. Apparently one of the popular ones, Grand Cenote, is the same size as this one, but it's literally got 1,000 people here, and the most amount of people that have been here at one time while we've been here is 15. So if you do want a quieter, more chilled out vibe, this is probably the way to go.
Now it's my turn for the hammock. Izzy was right, this is not as comfy as I thought it was going to be. I'll be completely honest, when we were planning on coming to a cenote, I wasn't completely convinced that it was going to be such a good idea, especially when we had the beach right on our doorstep. But now that we're here, it really is very much like an oasis in the middle of the jungle. The water is so clear and it's just beautiful. This has been one of my favourite things we've done in Mexico so far.
After spending way too long at Cenote Cristal, we're now moving on to Cenote Escondido.
If you're struggling to find it like we were, it's just across the main road.
And through some trees. Although you can use the path like I'm sure other people do.
Yeah, and avoid the trees.
Why did we go through the trees?
Why did we go through the trees? It turns out to get to the other cenote you have to take a pretty long walk through the jungle. We probably should have brought the bikes.
So, Cenote Escondido is very similar to Cenote Cristal, just a little bit smaller and longer, so it looks kind of like a river. It's still absolutely beautiful, and it is even more secluded in the middle of the jungle, so you can't really sunbathe here like you could at the other one, but you can jump in off the rocks, which is really fun. Personally, I preferred the first one, but that might just be because I was there first, so it had that novelty factor. They're both pretty good though, so definitely worth coming to.
I feel like Cenote Escondido is a little bit busier than Cenote Cristal. That's probably because most people do what we did today. In the morning, they go to Cenote Cristal where the main entrance is, and then later on in the afternoon, head over here to Cenote Escondido. I think I know out of the two which is Izzy's favourite, and it probably is the same as mine, which would be Cenote Cristal. It was a little bit more peaceful, and there was the platform to jump off, and the fact that there was less people there definitely plays a massive part into it.
I've had a great time at these two cenotes today, but it isn't over yet.
We're heading to one more tomorrow, and this one's going to be a little bit different because it's inside a cave.
So we'll see you tomorrow. It's not tomorrow, it's actually a few days later. We're time travellers.
Unfortunately, it rained all day on our last day in Tulum, so we couldn't go to the cenote.
Today we're going to Cenote Ik Kil, which is about an hour's drive from Tulum and an hour's walk from where we're staying in Pist.
The cenote is inside a massive cave, and there's loads of vines hanging down, and it looks really pretty.
By the way, Cenote Ik Kil is very close to Chichen Itza, so if you're planning to visit Chichen Itza, you can easily combine the two for a day trip. We got our tickets. The price includes lockers and a life jacket, which apparently is mandatory for swimming.
Like the other cenote, we hid our camera at the entrance to avoid getting charged, and this cenote seems to be built on a hotel complex, so we're heading through there to get to the water.
As well as lockers and life jackets, there's also a changing rooms, toilets and showers.
But for now, it's time to swim.
Yay!
This cenote is so much deeper than the other two, it's completely black down the bottom.
That cenote was incredible. It was just so cool to be swimming inside a cave with all the vines hanging down.
It was definitely the most touristy out of the three that we went to, but it really wasn't crowded at all. As we were leaving, a lot of tour buses turned up, so it seems that any of the tours here take you to Chichen Itza in the morning and then here in the afternoon. So I think that if you want to come here when it's a little bit quieter, definitely come in the morning.
Which was your favourite cenote out of the three?
Honestly, the first one.
Uh-huh.
I think the first one was probably my favourite because it was a lot more secluded and it seemed much more remote. Visually, this one is definitely the coolest with all the vines hanging down and...
Yeah, I think if they hadn't built the hotel around the cenote, this one would be my favourite. But I probably would go back to the other one out of the three. The first one. The water was freezing though, and I'm still cold, so I'm gonna go in the sun. Just as we were leaving, we heard some music, and it turns out that there are people dressed in this kind of traditional costume dancing to the music. Pretty cool.
Where did that come from?
Hi friend. I've never been this close to an iguana before.
Ah, there he goes.
Okay, so we are actually leaving now, and the next time you see us, we'll be heading to where we are currently, which is Pist and Chichen Itza.
It's a little bit confusing, we know, but thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see some more videos on what it's like to travel in Mexico, please subscribe.
We'll see you soon.
Can't get out.
Maybe there'll be sharks and they'll eat you.
There will not be any sharks.
Or water snakes.
I hope it's not sharks. I'm going to be honest, I find it quite funny that they've built a no diving sign here that just looks very much like it's a diving board. Oh my god, there's a lizard!